Hello. I have tried to decide if I wanted to say anything about this or if I wanted to keep my mouth shut, and I want to talk about it. So obviously, you know, I'm reviewing the new Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 4 Transcendence palette. I'm just gonna say there may be bias because I have followed Danessa since I first heard about her. I mean, it's been years and years. I did a masterclass of hers, and I am just a huge respecter of her art and who she is as a person. From what I've heard, she always treats people so kindly, and just, I really do like her a lot as an artist. That being said, she's released stuff that hasn't worked for me, and that's fine because it's makeup and not everything is gonna work for everyone. But as I'm getting excited to get my palette, I watched some other reviews and I got pissed because I saw a couple creators in particular of whom I have unfollowed because I have a problem with this. It is one thing to receive a product or to get a product and it doesn't work for you, or it's not your thing. You know, makeup is subjective. Not everyone is gonna like everything. We don't expect everyone to. But here's my thing. If you are a creator with thousands of followers and you can't take the time and do the work to look up how you're supposed to use a product and then call it shit, basically, excuse me, I am gonna cuss because I'm heated. But if you are a creator with a makeup channel and you have thousands of followers and you are too lazy, or whatever the case may be, to do the work to look up how to use a product, to me that's unacceptable. As an influencer, as a creator who reviews product, it is your job to find out how you're supposed to use a product. If you use the product and you don't like it, again, that's cool. There's going to be people who don't. But to use a product completely improperly and say, oh, this is terrible, that's like me taking a concealer, putting it on, letting it dry, and just say, oh, without blending it out, and say, oh, that looks terrible. Like, I mean, I don't know another analogy, but it just seems ridiculous to me, and I think it's irresponsible. I also think it shows no respect for the people who create the makeup. Normally, that doesn't bother me because you're talking about huge brands. But when you're talking about indie brands, and no matter what people think, Danessa is an indie brand. Just because you can find certain brands at Sephora doesn't mean they're not indie brands. Melt is indie, Danessa is indie. Like, yes, you may find them at Sephora, they're still indie brands. And Danessa, being a black woman, has had to do twice the work in this industry to get where she is. And I think it's really disrespectful to her as a person, as an artist, not to put in the minimum. That's the minimum you should be putting in, is to just find out how it works, or just finding out how you're supposed to use a product. So if you have a channel and you are a creator and you can't even do the minimum, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I was just, oh. I know how hard Danessa has worked. I watched her come up, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but for two basic white girls to just get on and trash it, sorry. I unfollowed and I won't be watching any of their content. Not like one person matters to them, but still. Now that I've gotten that off my chest, I'm going to give you an honest review of the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 4. The Lightwork Volume 3 was probably my favorite palette, one of my favorite palettes of last year, top 5 definitely. It's what I call top shelf. It's always here. I use the highlighters all the time. As you can maybe see, there's definitely dips in the pan. I've gone in on this. I've used it on pro jobs. It's just one of my favorite things. This, the Golden Eclipse highlighter, that is like my go-to for brides for highlighter. Inner corner, even the lid is just, that palette is amazing, right? So when I saw this, I was like, yes, because I feel like this is even more, it lends itself to even more editorial looks, which I love playing. If you like playing, this is like, I don't know, it's a dream. So it comes in this outer carton, this iridescent hollow packaging, which I love. And same for the actual palette itself. It's simple, but it's simple and sleek, but it feels weighted. Even though it's cardboard, it feels quality. It has a beautiful mirror, which I did not take the little covering off of it, so we'll do that together. There's your ASMR for today. So yes, beautiful big mirror, and I have already beat this up. So here is the palette. It's stunning. It is just to look at it. Oh, it's so good. It did come with a cover, and I did save this because this shows you what types of formula are what. So I'm gonna live swatch these. I'm also going to, if I can, I did do full eye swatches of each of these, and I'm gonna try to stick those in also. So I'm gonna turn off one of the lights. So we have Trance. We have Nirvana. We have Divinity. We have Sixth Sense. I'm trying to get that. There you go. There's the lavender flash in it as well. There we go. We have Out of Body. There's the shift there. We have Zen. We have Angels. I'm just gonna spread this one out because it's gorgeous. We have Trippy. Look at that shift. This is one of my favorites. It's orange and like pinky and green. So there you have like the gold, red, and then the green. We have Escapism. Then we have Awakening. There's also like a brownish flip to this one. Now for the two glitter flakies, I'm gonna swatch out some black and swatch those over it so it's easier to see. Actually, I'll use the black from the Lightwork 3 because it's amazing. These are to be tapped on because they are meant to give like this glitter scattered kind of effect. I did it kind of heavy just so you could see the color, but this is heaven. Now, if you want it more opaque, what I have found is that press it, dampen your finger. I know it sounds weird, but dampen your finger, and then you can swipe. So this is the flakies done in that method. You have pink and blue and green, and I have Paradise on my eye today. And there you get like a scattered glitter effect. I'm picking up a nice little chunk on my finger, putting it on my hand. I have dampened my finger, and now I'm spreading. And then there you have Paradise. Now these do not pick up real well with a brush. You do want to use a finger, or she makes a silicone applicator. NYX makes a silicone applicator. There's lots of them out there. Okay, now we're going to do the aquachromes. These are water activated liners. You cannot take a setting spray with the second ingredient as glycerin, like MAC Fix Plus, even the Morphe. Like, it's got to be water, and then expect that it's gonna work. It's not gonna work. So I'm going to take a brush and put a little water on it. So you put your water in and you rub pretty hard, and you keep rubbing until it gets thicker like a paste. And there you have an opaque liner. Okay, so cute. This one's like purple from some angles. Let me see if I can make a bigger swatch so you can see. There's a purple right there. There's your shift. It's like blue to purple. The other one, which is Aura. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to be extra spicy, but I can't, I don't know. My gears were really ground. And if you do get it too sheer, all you have to do is go over it a second time. It's just let it dry and then go over it again. But if you do it right, these are not going to be sheer. So Aura, they look similar, but Aura has a much stronger purple shift, and it's a little bit darker. If it were me, I might have chose a different shade, maybe like one of those brownie or red to gold aquachromes, but I'm sure she'll come out with more. So there's those. Let me tell you, once these liners dry, they are dried down and they are not moving. And while something like Duraline does not work to activate these, you can use that over it to seal it and make it waterproof. I'm gonna get into the looks that I did. I talk you through them, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my thoughts. Okay, I have put on some shadow from Nomad. I'm using the Monteverde palette. I reviewed that, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But I'm just laying down some color. So I want to go in with this shade Awakening and this shade Out of Body. So what I want to do is I'm going to take just a little bit of glitter glue, and I'm not going to cut the crease. I just want to put it on my lid right here. Tap it just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take a rougher 28. Here it is. And I just want to I'm going to buff that in. I don't want this too structured. Because I think it would look cool, like kind of buffed out. So I want it concentrated on the lid and then buffed out. Now I'm gonna take, what is going on with my focus today? Focus. Glass Metallic Angel. I'm gonna put a little bit on this brush, spray it. And then this is gonna go on the inner corner, brow bone. Like that. Just just to brighten up that area. And I love that there's like this white shade in here. You can make it kind of look scattered, or you can make it look metallic. I love it. Just going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go in out of body on the lower lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of this color called Green Vine Snake in the Nomad palette, just to buff out those edges. And then I'm going to go back into this purple in the Nomad palette. Like so. Wiping it off, going back in with Angels. Let's bring that down a little bit here. You definitely want to do your eyes first. Alright, I think I'm going to grab, do I want purple for the waterline? Let's see. Let's try the Aura Aquachrome. I know it's not going to stay, but that's okay, because I don't want it to stay, because I'm going to do 2 more looks after this. So I'm not going to rant anymore about this palette and about other creators, but I said what I said. Once these aquachromes dry down, they are down. Okay, I'm going to put on liner and lashes, and I'll be right back. Alright, and there's the first finished look. On to the next. Okay, so for this eye, I think I want to do like a big, like solid just wing, and put on a really big lash. And then I think what I'll do for the next 2 is do more, I don't like the word wearable. I hate that. Everything's wearable. But maybe more of a subtle look. I'm going to take this brush. I got this new brush set from Amazon. I got to share it with y'all because it is amazing. But I'm going to clean this off real quick. And I'm going to carve out a wing. I've already put, do I want to, I'm trying to figure out if I want to lay some shadow down. I'll add it after if I figure I want to. So let's see. Do a steep wing. And I do want to take it over my mobile lid so that it, you know, shows up. Or over my hood, I should say. And then let's start at the bottom. Take it up and out. This may be a disaster, y'all. We'll learn together, right? Alright. So for the inner corner, I think I want to use this shade 6 Sense. It's green, but I really wish I could get all the shifts. Hello. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Just say hi.
Hi.
That's Mr. Schmidt. All right. So taking 6th Sense. It's so beautiful. I think this would be really pretty with a big black wing or one of the aquachromes. We'll see. I don't know if I can use the aquachrome because I feel like the next shade I'm going to use is too dark. So, and I'm just going to smash it with my finger like that. A little more right up here. Okay, so next, I'm wiping that off and I'm going in with Trance. It's this blue, purple, violet. It's so pretty. I am anxious to use like some Duraline and create some liners. add the multi-chromes. These are so pigmented. I'm just kind of buffing that in to 6th. Aids in there nicely. There's just so many options. We're gonna go to Halloween Horror Nights, and I really want to do something fun and funky. Maybe like a Beetlejuice theme with my makeup when we go. I think I can take this up a little bit higher. It's so hard when you have hooded eyes. Obviously, this is more artful than it is practical, so. But I just wanted to play, you know? I think as we get older, we lose that childlike wonder. Okay, so now you can get a little bit of the shift. You get that turquoise and purple. And there is like a kind of a reddish color. Okay, so now I'm gonna just blend right in this area. Make that a little more crisp. Okay, wiping that off, and then I'm gonna go back in with 6th. And I'm gonna actually spray that just so I don't get fallout below it. Like, so fading that into this one. And actually when you do this, then you get like a seamless transition. Okay, I love that. What can we do for the bottom? I'm gonna put a little glitter glue on the bottom too, just because I want it to pop. So for the bottom, let's see. I'm trying to find another one that has a purple shift to it. Well, I'm gonna take Trance and go ahead and pull that down here. I don't think I wanna, I don't know. Maybe we just buff that out. Should we just stick with these two colors? Or actually, I think this, okay, so that is Zen, and it very much is a hard shifting green. Let's do Zen on the bottom. I don't know what color it's gonna show up because I'm looking at it in the pan and it's green, and on camera it's gold, so. Obviously we got fallout. Actually, okay. I don't like that, so I'm just gonna go in with 6th, and I'm gonna again spray it. And that's gonna go right in here. So basically just do the same on the bottom that we did on top. I love it. Okay, let's do an inner corner, and I think for this one we will do, since there's some gold in here, let's do Divinity. And I'm gonna do it pretty heavy. So this is the glass metallic. I am gonna spray it because it's glittery. That's gonna go on the inner. Blend it up a little bit. It's so pretty. And I think what I'm gonna do for up here, I'm gonna take a dry brush, a very, very fluffy, sparse brush. So this is just stained, it's very clean. But this is a Rephr 14. I'm just barely dipping it. Come on, focus, there we go. Okay, I'm barely dipping it in just so there's some kind of glitter particles, and I'm just gonna dust up here. I like that. All right, I'm gonna put on liner and lashes, and I will be right back. Okay, so again, this is more of, you know, an editorial look. I love it. I would probably actually add a wing and then pull, and then pull the lash up and kind of fake it. This doesn't want to stay down. Okay, but you get the idea. So that's look number 2. And if you don't like the bottom lash, there it is without it. All right. Next. Okay, so I have thrown on some of the Ace Beauté Fallen For You palette. And again, I'm not going to use glitter glue with this one. I may spray the brush, but this one kind of also be blown out a little bit. And so the first color I'm going to take is Nirvana. I'm just going to tap it in here. And I'm actually trying to decide, I'm going out for my anniversary tonight. While I'm doing this, I want to try to decide what my final look will be so that I can wear it to dinner tonight. And y'all know I'm a clown. I will wear the funkiest thing out. I'm so glad my husband loves me. Because I know y'all see what men comment on our videos. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that is that simple. Taking the brush, this is the one I blended out up here with, so it's so pretty. Now I'm going to take Trippy. I love this. I'm gonna spray it with a little Morphe spray. I love this pink. The gold shift this has is gorgeous. It also shifts green in certain light. That is so pretty. So now I'm going to take Divinity, that gold. Just tap it right in here. Oops, sorry. Tap it right in here. It doesn't have a ton of base pigment, which is why I like it. I will put shimmer everywhere. I do not care. Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw on a brown liner on lashes and I'll be back, but look at that. Alright, and here is the final look using Nirvana and Trippy. So pretty. I love these two colors. Alright, next. Sorry if you can hear my dad again. It's pattering. So taking Angels. I love this shade so much. This is such a beautiful complement to her other palette. I think it's gorgeous on its own, but it's definitely an amazing, like, volume 4. So then I'm take a brush, get into this, and again I'm taking this all over. I see why she called it Angels. It's just the most ethereal, wet. It has hardly any base pigment, which I love because that means you can put it over anything. But I just wanted to kind of create this like glossy, just this glossy eye. Again, this is editorial, it's not, you know, you can make it your own though. And I used Aura last time, so I'm going to use Intuition this time. I've seen so many people using this wrong. Yes, it's light. And I want to make it kind of thick because I do want to see some of that shift. If you do happen to get it too sheer, let it dry and just go up. Now I am going to shear it out for the inner corner because the way my eye is shaped, I can't really get a point. It's just, you can see I have a weird eye shape. It's very deep. Like I have this flap right here, so it's hard. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry the tiniest bit and just kind of tap it over it. And again, I think a big ol' lash would be really pretty. That is cute. I don't care who you are. And then I'm just gonna take a little more of Angel. And there we go. The liner is beautiful. Here go the dogs. All right, that's the 4th look. I will move on to the 5th and final look. Okay, this is my look for tonight. Well, part of it. I use the Michaela X Glam Light 1 and then the small part 2 I used these two colors. And I realized I was going to use the pressed chrome flakes, and I didn't get to. I think I'm gonna use Trippy. A little bit of that. I think I'm just gonna tap that like right here, and I'll deepen that outer corner back up. I don't want to, again, use like cut crease. I want to keep it kind of wispy. I'm sure you can hear my son talking. I just think this is so pretty. It's like fuchsia and gold. And then I think maybe, should we do Nirvana? Yeah, I think I'll do Nirvana with some Divinity over it. I know I've already used those twice, but that's okay. So I'm keeping Nirvana down here, mainly on my little mobile lid. I love that you don't really need glitter glue or, you know, a primer. But I do want to brighten this inner corner up, so let's take Clean Rough for 21, and I'm going to go into Divinity. I know we pretty much covered up Nirvana, but that's okay. I think I'm going to tap just a little more Nirvana. Like that. Get the gradient going. All right, and then I'm gonna go back in with Tea Time on a rougher 13, just to reinforce that outer corner. All right, liner and lashes, and I'll be back. I love it. So easy. I did a gold liner on the inner waterline and just kind of did the same thing on the bottom that I did on the top. All right, I'll be back. Okay, let's talk. Today I just used, I used a different palette because I did a TikTok with another brand, but I did add Angels on the inner corner, and I tapped Paradise on to kind of give it a glittered effect. I have a dog hair, I'm not picking my nose. There it is. Just gave it like a little glittered effect. The other thing I heard them say was how expensive this is. Yes, it's not cheap. It is $125, and that by no means is cheap. That's not what I'm saying. But I've seen these same people pay $130 for the Natasha Denona Trichrome palette, and those multi-chromes are not good for multi-chromes, you know, and there's, what, 3 in there? Make it make sense. Yes, there's more shades, but product-wise, there is a ton of product in this palette. The liner pans are huge, the flaky pans are huge, and then these other ones are standard size. So I did some math, and there are 8 multi-chromes, and these are good multi-chromes. They're not like okay multi-chromes. They're great. I have multi-chromes the same quality that I paid $15 and $18 for a piece. So let's just say 15, the lower end. That's $120 just for the multi-chromes. That's not counting the 2 glass metallics or the 4 center pans. So what I want to point out is, by no means is this not an expensive palette. I think $125 is a lot of money for anyone, but it is a good value. And I think that's what's important and what should be said. This one, I am never going to go through those giant pans of highlighter. You're going to get your money's worth out of these. So that's another area I have beef. That being said, I had such a good time playing with this. I am so glad I picked it up. While not everything Danessa puts out works for me, I never feel like it's not a quality product. You know, sometimes I feel like brands think they're getting over one on us, and this is not a brand that I feel does that. So I'm super happy with this palette. The multi-chromes, they might be even better than the Lightwork 3. While I love the multi-chromes in that palette, I think she stepped it up. I don't know. I don't know if she changed anything. This just seems more vibrant and more metallic and saturated. I love them. The glass metallics, Divinity and Angels, are just perfection. They're so beautiful. They're just ethereal, and oh, I love them. I love that there's a white and a gold. I did not ever have any of her chrome flakies, but they're so fun, and I think they're really versatile. Again, you can tap them. Now the glass metallics are very glittery, but you can tap these on and again get that glittered look. Or if you have a damp finger, you can swipe and stretch them out, making them opaque. I'm obsessed with this palette. I love it. I would love to know if you guys would want to see more looks. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, because I'm sure I'll be doing some more, because this is just, when I want to have playtime, this is where I'm going to go. It's so beautiful. I think she did a beautiful job on it. And I'm sorry, if you've seen, go back and watch any of my videos. I don't like being a negative person. It just bothered me. And I think maybe because I am a makeup artist and I know how hard she's worked. And I know it's not personal if you don't like something. So that's not what I had beef with. And I hope y'all understand that. And if I didn't like it, I would tell you. That being said, I feel like the 10 shadows in here are extremely user-friendly, beginner-friendly, while the flakies and the aqua chromes, if you've never used them before, are going to have a learning curve. So these 4 are not going to be the most beginner-friendly or user-friendly. There is a technique, and you do need to learn it to get the most out of them. So I do want to say that. But the other 10, I don't think anyone would have a hard time with them at all. All right, y'all, that is going to be my review. I loved it. I love it as much, if not more, than the Lightwork 3. And I can't wait to put these bad boys together and see what I can create with both of them. And I'm so happy to have both. And I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscriber shout out, I'm gonna do too, but I do need to shout out Dream Big. They asked for a shout out and I said I would say hello. And then secondly, let's shout out Trisha Marie. She always has such awesome comments and very, very helpful comments and constructive criticism, which I appreciate, but always super supportive. And I just appreciate you, and I thank you. Sending you my love. All right, y'all, that's gonna be all for today. I hope you will subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I am preparing and gathering things for that 1K giveaway. I cannot wait to send somebody a big old box of goodies. So y'all make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you go over to Instagram and follow me there. And I'm doing the TikTok too. Everywhere it's Bethany Schmidt Aesthetics. All right, I love you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.
And I've been chilling, watching the ocean with you, baby, up with a slow motion crew, and we up in our clouds when people change.